Are you gonna be like, oh, so what do you guys think of Burger King's new burger? Then you're gonna flip to your iPad and then you're gonna talk to the camera like that, or what?
Yeah, you want to start with
I'm still working on technologies, so
you want to start with the first topic, Andy?
yeah, sure.
What do we got?
I didn't do any research, so I'll just say, oh, there you go, Paul. Now you're clear, crystal fucking clear.
Chris.
I think it's yours, man. I think it's you, Mike. I'm on a brand new laptop here, man.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
There you go.
Dang.
That
Blang
warm
blang.
light-
Misty's
that warm light
downloading
looks
shit.
really good on you.
A brand new $300 laptop. Clearly,
Ooh,
it's the top of the line.
the value.
Yeah.
The value.
If
That
there's a
grab.
nicer- Yeah, if there's a nicer laptop on the market, I don't want to know.
I don't want to be disappointed, so don't tell me. Just don't tell me.
I'm not ready for it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. What was the first topic, Andy?
Oh, are we filming?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, are we? We're live already? Oh, wow, a little warning.
Live.
Yeah, it's good.
From New York.
PG.
It's Friday night.
Friday night with the boys.
So anyway, there's you guys know sometimes you open up a can of food or something and there's something in there that shouldn't be in there.
Yeah.
Well, apparently you guys remember
Sorry.
Topanga from Boy Meets World?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Who
tying
could
this
forget?
all together.
Yeah.
Her husband, he was opened up a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, his
Oh,
cereal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you hear about this? And
No.
he found a bunch of weird stuff in there, man.
Mhm.
Found some stuff that looked like shrimp tails. Well, that's Topanga and her husband first.
That's not Corey Matthews. What?
Yeah. So
How
found
dare
a
you.
bunch of weird stuff, and they're like rope and shrimp tails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
And I heard,
And,
I
like-
heard, I heard someone said like if you look closer in the bag, there's like a bit of like feces, like rat feces, even maybe.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, they said there was rat feces baked into the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
So it was like it was on the cereal and then the cereal got baked. And so it was like dried into the cereal.
Nasty, man.
And he found, the shrimp tails covered in sugar.
Ugh.
And it looked like dental floss in there too.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Nasty,
Yeah,
eh?
real turn off for my childhood favorite cereal.
So the crazy thing here is like the producers of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, they said, oh, those shrimp tails, those aren't shrimp tails. That's just sugar that coagulated together.
Oh.
Oh, so they're trying to bullshit.
No, that's actually, I believe that. I believe that full 100%.
And he's like, no, there's also rope in here, and like, yeah, well, it looks like feces with it. And they're like, well, that must have been tampered with after the fact or whatever. But yeah, if you see that the feces look like they're burnt into the cereal, it must have been in like the
Yeah.
process, like,
Nasty, man.
so they're thinking it's
I was gonna say the parent company apparently had a previous lawsuit
Hmm.
where they had shrimp tails in one of their cereals.
Oh, my God.
No way.
Oh, my God.
It's like,
Jeez, man.
it's like getting caught red-handed for the same thing. It's like you rob a store and then you go back and you rob the same store. And
Oh,
that was
jeez.
well, it's weird. I heard that on the radio, and then it made me think of the time. I forget who I was with. I think it might have been Steve. We went to a buffet on the West End. I think it was Bonanza.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, that's on the West End. It was. Anyways,
And if
149th
anyone
and like
knows-
137th Ave.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone knows me, they know I love pierogies. So I got a whole plate, a mountain of pierogies, and my third pierogi in, I got something chewy in it, eh?
Oh, my
I
God.
pull it out and I look at it, and it's a squid. It's a whole calamari in my
Oh
pierogi.
wow.
I was gagging. I was like, man, I'm gonna eat maybe 2 more pierogies and I'm done. Like,
I'll finish at least 3 more pierogies, and I'm out.
Okay, I'm only going back for a second plate of pierogies,
yeah.
and then I'm
I
done.
complained and I showed them because they didn't even have calamari there on their menu.
Oh no.
And I got my meal for free, so I got a little bit of.
Nice.
A little bit of justice
Yeah.
served
Well,
with a
now that
side of
doesn't seem
butter.
worth it. Yeah.
But Cthulhu's pissed at me though, so.
Oh my god.
Never went back.
That's gross, man.
Well, my
That
theory,
is, that's nasty.
my theory with the shrimp tails was that I thought maybe the manufacturing or the factory maybe like produced some kind of shrimp product next door or within that same vicinity, and then somehow shrimp got into the cereal.
Well, someone on the radio, they had a good theory. They thought like maybe a rat got in there and died, and those were like what was in his stomach, like string and.
But how is he eating? How is he eating shrimp? He's not a sea rat.
Well, you don't know where the factory is. Maybe it's like on the harbor somewhere. I don't know where this place is.
On the coast or some shit. Yeah.
I thought Cinnamon Toast Crunch was General Mills.
That's that the good thing with
General Mills makes their cereal. Like Honey Nut Cheerios, the same one. Lucky Charms, I think, is around in that same area.
Yeah.
But all those companies, like they're these giant corporations, right? Like when you think of a company like L'Oreal, you know, they own 40 different big brands. So I'm sure the people who are making the cereal, they probably make like 40 different brands of food, right?
Yeah. So. And I think the thing is, I think Canada has our own kind of General Mills factory, and then the States probably have their own General Mills factory. So I don't think we'll see any shrimp tails in Canada anytime soon.
Maybe their factory's on a barge in the middle of the ocean.
Everything has to get imported in. Yeah. Every ounce of wheat over water.
Yeah.
So smart, logistics wise. So smart to keep the wheat fresh.
That's why cereal's so expensive, man.
Yeah.
Import fees. Fucking import fees.
I thought you were gonna say, Andy, at the start. You ever open up a can of whoop ass on someone? That's why I was laughing. You ever open up a can of whoop ass on someone? I was like, whoa, this is going dark already.
Yeah, good start. Good topic to start us off.
I hate when you open up a whole can on someone and you only need to open up half a can.
Yo, man, let me throw this. So the next topic, I'm gonna throw it into like a sense or nonsense for you guys. So Tinder is gonna start doing background checks, or start posting background checks for their customers, I guess you could say.
What?
So to make sure they're a certain age or something, or
no criminal background checks. Sorry, criminal background checks. So for the safety of their customers and like, I don't know if you want. That's the thing. Yeah, sense or nonsense, Mike. I know, like we all have couples and partners and whatnot.
But that's the thing. Are you not going to be allowed if you're a criminal, or is it just going to be like a disclaimer?
I think it's like a. Yeah, it'll just be on your profile if you're.
Can you filter it into your search?
I'm looking for a serial killer.
Yeah.
I'm looking for one.
I only want arsonist, but that's it.
To light my heart on fire.
I only want home invasions.
To light my heart on
to
fire.
To steal my heart.
Yeah.
Home invasions to break into my back door.
Yeah. That could be it. Someone's Tinder profile.
That's the thing too. I think some girls are into like the bad boys. You know what I mean? So I think they'd be kind of into it.
It's true. You look at someone like.
Is there just going to be a big disclaimer? It's going to be like, John likes to fish, likes long walks at the beach. Also
Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. Likes to steal cars.
Also did time in the clink.
Also looking for a girl who has a nice car.
Yeah. With easy access.
It's so weird. Like.
Yeah. Well, Paul, what do you think?
You just make a fake profile.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You know, or.
Yeah.
That's
must
true.
Drive an automatic. Must be a nice car.
Oh my God.
Well, Paul,
I'd have to say
Yeah. Oh, Mike. Yeah. What about you? Yeah. You think it's nonsense?
I would say. Yeah, I think it's nonsense. I thought there's like other, like Tinder's. I don't know. Has Tinder gotten serious on their like dating things? Like I thought there was other dating sites that are like better, like Barry. Isn't that it? Or Bumble? What's that?
Bumble, yeah, I think.
What's Bumble? I don't even know.
Dating
or Grindr.
Same shit.
Or Grindr, yeah. That's not just us playing at the basketball hoop anymore. Grinding. It's an actual app.
Well, that's the thing too. I heard
Maybe
those
it's
apps.
both.
I heard those apps are gonna get background checks too.
Oh man.
So
I don't know. It's like,
So you don't think like, let's say Mike, if you were, or let's say Anna was on Tinder or some shit, you know what I mean? Like
Whoa.
you wouldn't want to see that.
No.
Background check on some dudes.
I would have sight out of mind, bro. Fuck that. Leave me in my bubble. I'm happy in my bubble. Don't burst my bubble. That's why I don't talk conspiracy with Andy anymore, because he just bursts my bubble.
Yeah, what do you think, Andy? If you were on Tinder, would you want to see like criminal checks on girls that you're dating?
I think there should be an app for that, but I think some of these apps have been out already. I think that's another invasion of privacy. I think that if people want to get together and ask, like it almost takes away from the social aspect of dating, where people are like, well, why would I go out and date when I can get all this information? I think there should be an app where people can be like, I want to know if someone's a criminal. Other person does too, and those people can get together. But
that's a good idea.
Yeah,
that's a good function. Yeah.
But whatever, if Tinder does it, then another app will just pop up that doesn't. So, and then people can decide what they want to go on, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Yo, we should make an app called Locked Up.
Trademark.
Yo, where it's a dating.
Locked up.
Yeah. From pen to pen.
Get together.
We're gonna go out of business, aren't we? We have no members.
Oh god.
What about you, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably done with the best of intentions, right? But the thing that I don't understand is you would have to, like, Tinder isn't a police authority, so you would have to consent to them looking at your criminal record when you signed up to use their website. So technically, if you committed a big crime, you would just be stupid to sign up and give them the authorization to do it in the first place. So it would kind of be on the person who's using the app. Yeah. But like he said, yeah, like, I don't know, you just be asking for it. But you could also put in your name as like Johnny Bravo or Superman, and then how would they be able to check, right?
That's true.
So it's
Johnny Shankerton.
Yeah.
That's just it. The guy that's on the FBI's most wanted list is going to have a date.
Yeah, and it's like, turns out you're a evicted felon because you stabbed someone. It's like, so you put your information in, and now whenever you log into Tinder, there's going to be all these advertisements for all these different knives and stuff that they want you to buy.
Or you have like fake cops saying, "Yeah, let's meet here for a date."
You show up with your knife.
A sting date, an undercover. But the criminal's really frisky.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like Andy said, you know, if another site wants to do it differently, they'll just pop up and do it differently. I actually heard about one a couple days ago in regards to the COVID vaccine, where there's one that's ended up where people can search for other people who have gotten the vaccine so that they can try and date people who also have it or are planning to get it or something like that.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Oh, I have no idea.
I
heard that
make
too,
a name
Paul.
for it.
Yeah, I heard like
plug.
The tag vaccinated was like trending on like Tinder and all those dating sites because everyone was jumping to
Vaxi. Boom. Trademark. No, I just came up with that name. I just came up with that.
What about shrimp tail?
You're about a couple weeks too late there, mate.
What about shrimp tails? That has nothing to do with our vaccines. We're never gonna get this fucking boat off the ground.
What about snowflake sheeples?
Oh,
sheeples. Oh, and last thing I want to touch on. So these dating sites, or I guess Tinder's especially, so they're just more focused on the health and safety of their customers. So they're actually even adding a panic button onto their dating app. A panic button. So if they're in a situation in a date, they can hit a button and then I guess police come, or you know what I mean. So
like jack me out, tank, like maybe.
Yeah. I thought that was like.
Good.
I thought that was like when you got your best friend to call you like 10 minutes in to see if your date's going good.
Yeah.
Now there's a panic button.
Now there's a
oh god
police. Yeah, I know. It sounds like a nightmare.
There's like a rope there's like a rope around your waist, and when you push the button, the police just yank you out of the restaurant.
Ejects you out of the chair. Yeah. Yeah, and
You have to wear a helmet.
I can see a lot of assholes using, like, you could probably, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know the feature, right? But like, you could probably could ruin someone's life, or you know what, their profile, if you know what I mean, like, if a girl or a guy had a bad date, and it probably adds like a some kind of stat on your profile, you know what I mean? If people were hitting that panic button, and it just probably ruin your profile. So.
Well, I wonder too. I wonder if it even if it's even contacting the
police
or like the
Yeah.
police non-emergency line, or is it just sending it to some call center
to Tinder.
Tinder, where it's just some guy like, I got another guy around the corner at the Starbucks. He'll meet you there.
Get him.
Just
Right after you
yes,
finish
dude.
your food, get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure to charge up your panic button before you go out. You want that thing to die on you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I've been panicked on 4 out of 5 dates.
Yeah.
That's 80%.
Your reviews are so bad.
Or so good.
Yeah.
Your places are good. You can block them from hitting the panic button.
The cock block.
Jesus.
What's your next topic there, Andy?
Well, a couple weeks back, you remember those the smugglers in the airport that were smuggling cocaine under their toupees?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, somebody else thought that was a great idea,
Oh shit.
but it's not cocaine this time. Now it's bags of gold.
Oh wow.
So these
Oh my
guys
God.
from Dubai. Oh, I didn't get this picture right.
Oh, wow.
3 guys. Oh, sorry, it's a
trying to
little
smuggle
crooked.
gold.
Try to smuggle gold. Yeah, I got the story here.
How much in gold?
And
Over 200 grand in gold
Wow.
under their toupees. Yeah, there's 3 cases, and there's including one woman who concealed it in her blouse cavity.
Whew.
Yeah, all the passengers had arrived in Dubai.
Huh.
The gold dust is difficult to trace in handheld detectors and scanners, apparently. So,
Mm,
so they're trying to bring it in dust form, I guess. So it's like
interesting.
harder
When
to
the
detect.
when the metal detector goes off on your head, you just say, "I got a steel plate in my brain." Sorry, I was in a terrible accident.
Just
Yeah, I was in a terrible accident at the gold dusting farm that I worked
The
at.
gold
And I
mine.
got a steel plate in my brain. Oh god.
Because when you bring something over like that, you just got to pay probably some kind of tax on it, eh? If you were to bring like precious metals,
Well,
or
if it's legal, yeah.
is it illegal?
Well, that's the
I
thing.
don't know.
And that's why they tell you to declare if you have anything worth more than 10 grand or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's just in cash. If you have anything else that,
Is worth?
yeah, I don't know,
Oh,
supposed
interesting.
to, yeah,
Ah,
disclose it, I think.
200
Of course,
grand,
it's somebody
that's
from Dubai too, right?
200 grand.
What's that mean, Paul?
they're rich. They're rich
Well,
over
yeah,
there.
I mean,
rich.
Have you seen a picture of Dubai? Like, they're creating their own islands in the sea, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Out of
it's
gold, yeah.
probably- Yeah. I don't know. It's probably one of the few places where they're still trading gold like it's the olden days, right? Like that's their form of currency, right?
Interesting.
For a lot of them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how he got the gold. Like, why are you smuggling gold in?
Yeah.
That's what I'm not understanding. Like, can't you just go to somewhere and trade it in, get your cash, put it in
Yeah.
your electronic account, go to Dubai,
Yeah.
take it out of your electronic account, and then buy whatever you want?
That's true.
Like, unless what Paul's saying is the main currency is gold there, then
I'm
Like-
sure for some things, right?
yeah, like
Mike, didn't you-
illegal stuff.
Mike, didn't you get caught for trying to smuggle bitcoins in your prison wallet? What?
I like to call that my e-drive. Actually, for eject. Okay.
Yeah, you think you have so much money that you could afford 200K in gold, just like ship it, you know what I mean? Like why have like
Well, like,
gold meals?
Exactly. Why actually have like 200 grand in actual gold.
Yeah, it's
like
weird,
unless you stole it from somewhere, but it's not trackable. Like it's just a metal.
Yeah.
Like you can smelt it down into a bar and sell it to someone, sell it to a bank, sell it to someone that wants the gold, right? You know what I mean? And then just take your cash.
I want to know what the guy who's smuggling it in his toupee gets paid if he successfully makes it across the border.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, where was
I
the
wonder how much any smuggler makes.
Yeah.
That's what I gotta know. How much does any smuggler make? Anyone watch that movie with whatchamacallit? Clint Eastwood, where he was an old veteran? No? Someone told me that he was making a ton of money. He was old, he was a retired war vet, and he was just smuggling drugs. In the movie.
I'm thinking like Gran Torino, but no, that's
something else.
Newer ones.
Yo, Andy, where was the guy coming into? Like the States, or did you say a country?
I think he's landing into Dubai here.
In Dubai. He was going to Dubai.
Yeah, so.
Oh, God.
Like Paul was saying, maybe gold's. That's what they want there. Keep building up those.
And where was he coming from?
Probably one of the countries around that area.
Nearby or something.
Fort Knox.
Yeah.
I was gonna say too, the people, like the actual workers in Dubai, are paid like pretty much like a criminal wage. That's pretty well documented that they're just like extremely like
cheap
unbelievably
labor.
terrible living conditions, dangerous work, low pay, but they just have no other option, so they take it. So I mean, if you're making say like $1 a day to work a 12-hour day where you could die at any minute because there's no safety, you know, all of a sudden smuggling some gold across a border doesn't sound like such a bad idea, right?
Yeah, the consequences don't sound so bad anymore, right? Like,
it's hard to blame these guys, right?
And I think the worst part is, look how young this guy is, shaving his head to a skullet. Brutal, man.
That's commitment, dude.
All that nice hair.
He's committed.
I'd be out. As soon as they said skullet, I'd be out of there.
Actually, the first picture you couldn't really tell from that top angle. You can't even tell.
No,
yeah, not like
real.
the one guy with the cocaine under. That was so obvious.
That was so obvious.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
But I guess gold's a little more like dense for like what it's worth. So I guess when you have cocaine, you need a whole lot more of it. But
yeah,
damn,
crazy man.
Oh man, that's ridiculous.
Next topic. Oh, so Mike Tyson. I don't know if you guys heard this. So Mike Tyson is coming back to fight.
Evander Holyfield,
Yeah, Evander Holyfield.
Really?
Yeah, the guy that he...
Oh, wow.
And that's the guy that he bit his ear, right? Evander Holyfield was the...
Yeah, he bit a chunk of it off.
Yeah, so they're fighting in May, 2 months from now. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yo, I wonder what the sports bet is on. Like, what are my odds of Mike Tyson biting off the other ear?
Oh,
like if I put $1 down, am I now like a billionaire? Because I think those odds would be crazy right now. We should look into that because we should all put down like $100 and come out millionaires. Because he's gonna do it. He's gonna get hungry.
He's gonna bet on
himself. He's boxing like 12 rounds, man. Everyone gets hungry after that.
You know how it's all about like kind of talking trash and get in the opponent's head.
Yeah.
What if Mike Tyson came out with his old ear like in his mouth already, kind of like to get into his mind, you know?
He's been chewing up
totally
for the past 20 years.
Psych him out.
It's like a piece of gum.
It doesn't even have to be Holyfield here. He just has to go get another ear from somewhere. It doesn't. Yeah. Holy mind fuck
Just
him,
a necklace with ears on it.
No, Mike Tyson's gone fucking loopy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I wouldn't fight that guy.
Who won?
No, man.
I'd be going down on the first punch.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, man. These guys are old, man. Are they going to be? Is it going to be like a slugfest, or are they going to have like pretty?
Yeah, but Tyson's
rules?
had at least one or more other fights recently, hasn't he? In the last year or so.
Yeah, but
I think
they set the rule that you can't knock each other out or no headshots.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of lame.
Well, yeah, I mean it's like a promotional
You're also
thing.
60, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to get knocked in the head 'cause you
You
could
kind of
die,
want to
right?
see it. You kind of
Probably.
want to see it.
You know, yeah, it's like an exhibition fight. It's not meant to be to the death, like
Yeah.
like they're not taking all the ears off, right? But
No. I want to see a Tyson uppercut, man. That'd be deadly.
yeah, I remember when he was rehearsing for whatever fight he did last.
Mhm.
I seen a video of him boxing in a gym, and it was terrifying.
I
The
know.
guy is just
Yeah.
like
He was
lightning
going hard.
quick, still super powerful. The only thing that he was saying was that he wasn't like ring ready. The article that I read said that he went in the first day and he basically just kind of like went hard into his normal routine a bit, and then he said he basically like couldn't walk for the next week
Oh wow.
because his body was so out of ring shape, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I'm sure he's past that point now and he just wants to beat the crap out of people again, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm sure it's an adrenaline rush to get in the ring there.
I wonder
He's
what
still
the
a scary guy to, like, I don't think none of us would get in the ring with him.
no.
Like, he'd knock all of us out. He'd probably take all four of us on and knock us all out, man.
Oh, man.
We'd
Who
all
goes
have no
first,
ears left,
though?
man. Fuck, I don't know.
I just protect my ears. That's the only thing I'm covering.
That's the only thing he wants.
Yeah.
So they got their hands in front of your face. You got your hands like.
Get your elbows up.
This is like our conversation where what was it? How many like kindergarten students could you fight off? Except
If
it's
you had
like
candy.
we're the kindergarten students.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if he likes what kind of ears he likes the most. Maybe cauliflower ear.
Oh.
Maybe, because they're harder to get.
It
They're
sound
all-
tastier.
Yeah, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Gross.
That's
Or maybe
crazy.
he just maybe he's gone vegan or something, and he only likes cauliflower.
He's hard
You
into the
don't know.
weed, man. He's hard
Pulling
into the
into
weed.
him.
Yeah. I heard people in his last fight. They said Tyson looked like incredible out there, though. Like his movement and everything, and his. But yeah, if he can't punch in the head, like that's what he was known for, right? Like
Yeah.
those, like you're saying, those deadly uppercuts and
Yeah.
getting in close and just.
It's like you have all these tools, but you can't use them, which kind of sucks, right? In a fight.
Yeah, like the heavyweight who's had like the most knockouts. You're not letting,
Well, I don't know. Even if you're wearing like the thick boxing gloves, and say you've got one of the standard boxing helmets on,
Yeah.
if Mike Tyson gives you an uppercut, I feel
You're
like
dead.
you're still gonna be hurting pretty fucking bad, right? Like
That's true. If he uppercutted me in the ass, I'd probably get knocked out.
listen, I get winded just sitting up too quickly. All right, like, I'm not taking no uppercut.
I think our only way to win would be like literally just run around until his 60-year-old ass got
He's
tired,
yeah.
and just let him throw. You'd hope to God that he couldn't connect, because if he
Yeah.
connected in one, even in your midsection, you'd be done. Because that
Yeah.
guy got like serious power.
Crush
Like
your
he'd be
ribs.
done. He'd probably break your ribs. Yeah.
If Paul's in the front of us and we're all like face to
Behind
back,
him.
and
Yeah.
you're in the caboose, Mike, and he punched Paul, you'd probably die.
Sir Isaac Newton's law.
Yeah.
Law of
It's like
motion.
those little balls that hit
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Like a pendulum.
Yeah, Andy, I'd be okay, and all the force would be
Yeah.
from me to Mike.
And
Mike's
all my
back would
organs would be on the floor.
Your back would just open up and explode.
God.
Oh, man.
Unless we interlocked.
Oh, man.
Punches all through three of us and grabs
Yeah.
Mike's heart in the back. Pulls it.
Some Mortal Kombat shit, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it'd be good.
Yeah.
Unless Mike's against the ropes, and then it bounces back and hits Tyson back.
Yeah.
The only way.
Yeah.
Yeah, transfer that momentum. I like it. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, you guys see that trailer for that new Mortal Kombat movie coming
Looks
out?
good, man.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
so
looks
many
good.
trailers now.
Finally doing the fatalities justice after all these years.
Yeah, and they all
Yeah.
got powers
Pretty
too.
wild.
Yeah. And most of them got powers. They're not just like humans like the original movie. They were just more humans and didn't have like fireballs and shit. So
Yeah, you kind of have to be to survive some of those, like what I've seen in the trailer, like because a lot of that is one shot kill for a human being, so they got to be kind of superhuman to survive this stuff.
yeah, give them some powers.
Yeah, how does Jax get both of his arms ripped off and not just immediately bleed to death, right? Like, you got enough time to put these big metal arms on him, right?
Froze his arms, man.
Do you think he'd have like PTSD for a couple of years, not just be able to go right back into it?
Yeah, trash. You know.
Yeah,
you're gonna be a little sad for a while.
Yeah.
The first time you try to open a door, you're just gonna fucking break down, right?
The first time you try to leave to go get some fresh air, you're just gonna break down.
The first time you
How
do
does he
push
get out of that room with no arms? He can't. He can't turn a door.
Oh man.
Gets home and he's got his knitting needles sitting in front of him on his chair and he's just crying.
Just tears.
His guitar next to him.
His thumb war championship.
His Rubik's Cube.
All dusty.
Yeah.
Haven't played with
All of
it.
the fun things in life.
Yeah.
Jesus. No, yeah, I think it looks incredible, but I'm a huge fan of the first movie. I know people are pretty split on the first movie, but I thought the fight scenes, the soundtrack, I thought it was just done incredibly.
I liked it too. I thought it was a good movie.
Are you guys gonna go back to the theaters anytime soon if they open them, or what? What would you guys do?
As soon as they're open,
Oh, really?
As soon as they're open. Wow.
I'll be in there. I don't care what movie it is either.
Wow.
It's getting my money. I would love to see a movie. Yeah, I'd probably wait for like a blockbuster though to come out, like Mortal Kombat or
Yeah.
Marvel or something.
There's some Marvel movies that they have kind of slated to release, but
Yeah.
like Black Widow's coming out in April or May or something, isn't it? So
Yeah.
like one of those. Yeah, I get what you mean. The movies is something I didn't really think I'd miss because I don't go super often. I'm not like a once every couple of weeks kind of guy, but
Yeah.
when you can't go is when you really
Miss
going, right? Just
Yeah.
not having that option anymore.
Yeah, when you don't have the right streaming service to watch these movies coming out
Yeah,
either, that's a pain too. So
Yeah.
and there's a lot now, right? Like it used to be just you had Netflix or you didn't have Netflix, and now at our house we've got Netflix, Prime, and Disney, and we're still missing stuff that's coming up on Crave and HBO and all these other shows, and it's like people asking me if I watch shows, and I'm like, nah, I have all the streaming services, but for some reason I'm not getting this one. Oh, it's on the new streaming service.
Yeah. Too much content, man.
Speaking of Netflix, did you hear about? You guys heard Netflix is cracking down, so you can't share like
Oh,
your
really?
subscriptions with people.
No way.
So apparently, and I don't know where this was. I think it might have been in the States, but this guy was sleeping, and his nephew was trying to steal his Netflix password while he was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then the uncle woke up and confronted him, and this kid attacked him with a knife and almost cut his nose off
Jesus
for
Christ.
a Netflix password.
Wow. His
Wow,
nephew?
what kind of shows? That's crazy.
Was it worth
I
it?
got to get my latest show of whatever Mighty Ducks.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
like you don't want to go on a date with that guy. He's getting flagged for sure.
Oh, man. How old is he? How old is he?
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see the age,
Oh,
but
my God. That's crazy.
It doesn't really matter. It's still pretty messed up, right?
Yeah, man. Just for a count?
But I mean, realistically, for all that they offer, like what is Netflix now?
$10.
Like $10, right?
Something.
For all that they offer, $10 a month is probably the least you could be paying. Like they could probably double the price of their service tomorrow.
I'm out.
And they barely lose anyone.
Oh, well, they just lost me. Just thinking about it, I'm out.
It's just one person. Like,
so
they're
Paul,
not
you're
worried.
saying
I'll share my
it's
account
worth-
with you, Mike.
It's worth going to jail for then. That's what you're saying.
It's worth getting a necklace of noses for.
I can't smell. I still got my
yeah,
Netflix.
you can't smell.
Yo, I'm sure you guys heard it. That NCAA, the women's gym versus the men's gym. That made some big
No.
news. Oh, you didn't hear about that, Paul? Oh,
No.
man.
What was it?
I didn't even
You
hear
didn't hear
about
about that too much? Oh man, Annie, you heard about it?
Nope.
Oh my god.
Been under a rock.
Bro, the
Yep.
loop. Educate us.
I
Yeah.
got too much time on my hand.
Well, Young's pulling it up. I'll bring up a quick topic here. They're doing some studies and found out Viagra is not just good for helping you out in that nether regions there.
Oh,
They're also saying it might be able to help extend your life.
Oh what?
by how long?
Yeah, what are the studies?
Is there a correlation of
Yeah.
how long your life is and how long your others?
How long
thing
and how
is?
hard?
Hours
Andy?
or what?
How hard's my life gonna be?
Yeah, how hard is my life gonna be?
Yeah, if you're fuck. Yeah, so that's what they're saying. I don't know what it is. Like, what do you guys think it is? You think it's because it's like a blood thinner? Maybe it helps with like blood clots or like
Makes your
dialectic.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
know when they say, like, oh, if you take an aspirin or something like that, it's supposed to help with
heart
with
attacks,
heart
and shit.
attacks or
Yeah.
stroke or something like that. Probably just gets the blood pumping and the vessels dilating or something like that. I imagine it's probably the same thing.
Yeah. Makes your
You
heart
imagine,
stronger.
Paul?
What, a boner? Oh, sorry.
I imagine, yeah.
Yeah, let me pull this
Can you
up.
imagine living longer? Living longer, Paul?
Longer and harder?
Or maybe it's just a play on words, Andy.
Yeah.
Do you ever think that? Maybe it's just like a play on words, or they're just it's advertising.
Well, that'd be a great advertisement. Viagra, take it or you'll die. I don't know.
Or you'll live longer.
I've
Maybe
seen that
that's all
video,
they're.
Young.
Yeah, actually, that's when they got their gym. But I'll see if I can find.
I don't know. I'm going to my pharmacist tomorrow to get
some
more Viagra, so I can live longer. Yeah,
You're popping
I'm gonna
them like
need.
Tic Tacs over there.
Good thing I got good benefits, right? I can pop $300 worth of Viagra, Tic Tacs. Yeah.
I'm gonna buy stock in a sweatpants company.
Yeah. Wait, I wonder what happens if Viagra doesn't even work to get your heart anymore. Then what?
Oh yeah, this one right here.
Right, let's do
See if
this.
you guys can see it. So the women's
Yeah, I got
gym just got dumbbells, while the men's gym has like a full exercise gym.
So for the NCAA March
Men's gym has like a
biggest tournament
inflatable obstacle course in it.
Yeah.
This is our weight room.
So that's the women's gym. That's all the women got, and this is the men's gym.
Oh wow.
All they got was a rack of dumbbells.
Rack of dumbbells. That's it,
Now, the
man.
pictures of our weight
And it
room
went up to
don't
like 10
understand.
pounds.
Yeah.
came out with a statement saying
Like how?
it was space that was a problem. Let me show
And there's
y'all
weight
something
missing.
else.
There's some weights missing from it too.
Yeah.
It's not even complete. It's like world class. Like
And she's showing the space because NCAA said that there was not enough room to build the women a full gym, and then she just panned the whole gym. And
Oh wow.
it's just a massive
That's gross.
facility. Yeah.
I'm sure they're gonna like now that it's public. I'm sure they got their
Oh, yeah.
gym back.
Yeah,
I'd
they got
say.
their gym. But whose idea was that, man? In the world that we live in right
Why-
now, like who set that shit up? Like
It's
someone
just a
got
Well, that
fired.
guy's probably
Doesn't have to
fired.
be-
Yeah.
Guy or girl's fired.
But the gym doesn't have to be segregated by gender.
Yeah.
Why would it be? It's a professional gym. Like, why wouldn't they just let the women into that space that they've already created?
Exactly.
Fornication,
sense.
Paul. Viagra sales going up. You don't want that.
yeah, they call it March Madness for a reason.
Yeah.
Paul.
The women will be marching, okay?
But
They
you're right,
pump
Paul.
all those amateur athletes full of Viagra and testosterone.
Yeah.
They got to
They-
keep
they
them
probably-
separated from the women.
They're probably fucking all horned up, man. They play basketball all day and all night, and what else do they want to do, right?
It almost seems like an afterthought to me, where they're like, they're like, oh, here's your gym, everyone have a good time, and then someone's like, well, actually, the women are supposed to have a separate section because of the contract here. Not saying a woman said it or whoever,
Yeah.
it could have been anyone, right?
Yeah.
Any douchebag. And then they're like, oh, okay. And so afterthoughts, they drag one of the dumbbells.
Yeah,
out of the
right?
corner.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, this is the section for now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would almost be better in situations like that if they just wouldn't have given them a gym at all.
Exactly.
You shouldn't have put anything out there. It should have just been empty completely, right?
Exactly, man.
Yeah, someone's got to lose their job for that.
Oh, for sure,
sure.
someone probably is, or multiple people, right?
I'm
I
sure.
think it would have been better as if like all the weights were pink, like 1 pound to 10 pounds, like
Yeah.
world.
That you can get from
world-class
Crappy
athletes.
Tire, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, even just being a basketball player, like, are you gonna be doing heavy weights before like a major game? You know what I mean? Like, do you really need a gym, or maybe just like a treadmill, some bikes, some cardio stuff? But I don't know. Are athletes doing like big squats and
Oh yeah, deadlifts, heavy, very heavy.
getting sore before a game?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
They're
yeah,
crawling out on
hard.
their hands and knees. onto
Because their leg day was so hard, they can barely walk.
It's,
Their calves
yeah,
are
I
just
don't
like
know.
destroyed.
I was just gonna say it kind of depends, like, because don't a lot of them all fly into one place, so they probably don't have much to do, and you could make a case for some power stuff. So like lifting quickly, like if you're doing like a jump squat or just a squat where you're standing up really quickly,
Yeah.
that power movement is good for, like really competitive sports, that explosive movement, right?
Yeah.
So I could see them doing some stuff like that, but obviously you'd be stupid to overdo it, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, you wouldn't want to be doing like a full hypertrophy day where you
Yeah.
just fucking
Stupid is, stupid
just
does.
lying on the floor.
What's that?
Give me the
What?
trainer. I need him to rub my calves. I can't walk.
Yeah.
You got a basketball game in 10 minutes.
What's that workout that was under fire for a while? That because it's so fast and extreme, Paul.
Well, CrossFit gets that
Yeah,
all the
just
time.
do like a 2-hour CrossFit
Yeah.
training
Yeah.
montage for your game.
Then play a basketball game.
Yeah.
Just pass out on the court mid-dunk.
You take your barbell with you out onto the court doing lunge. Yeah.
Still doing clean and jerks. Oh, man.
Drop the
Not only
weight.
do they dunk, they pull themselves up and do the friggin'
Yeah, whatever. What was that? Oh, man, I forget
Yeah,
what that
yeah,
was
those-
called. Yeah, yeah.
muscle up.
Muscle up. There you go.
Dipping
Muscle
pull-ups,
up.
Yeah.
That'd be a hell of a dunk.
Yeah. Play that at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Speaking of March Madness, yeah, I don't think a lot of people have been there. We're lucky enough to have attended
Yeah,
a
man.
couple games for March Madness.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was
The memory came
incredible.
up. Yeah.
Definitely different than anything I've expected. Like, it was
Fine.
like game after game after game.
Yeah,
With
college
like a
sports,
little break.
Yeah.
Yeah, college sports aren't big in Canada like they're in the States, but after seeing like a football game and some basketball games, it's crazy the how big they are there.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm not big into a lot of those sports, not big into basketball at all, but I would recommend anybody who gets the chance to go and see that, because the electricity in the building, how
Yeah.
much all those people care about their teams, all the chants
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just like these little things that you know nothing about.
Oh.
The mascot battle at
Yeah.
halftime,
It was
like the
crazy,
dance
man.
offs, the bands where the
The bands
would
are big,
come
yeah.
out to compete against each other.
Yeah.
Just like there's so much theatrics to it. It was just absolutely
It
incredible.
was
Like,
crazy.
Yeah.
And being
Yeah,
in
I know.
Nashville. Being in Nashville.
And they're playing
too
every
was
game
crazy.
like it's their last game because it's like, you get someone new in the UFC or whatever. It's all about
yeah,
that's your highlight reel. That very next game, that very next match. So yeah, it's so exciting.
It's crazy, man. The crowd, the crowd was insane. The city was buzzing too, man. Busy.
Oh, yeah.
Busy.
yeah.
You got any other topics, guys? Or Paul, Mike?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, Yoong. Well, maybe you want to pull up this video in Toronto. I don't know if you guys heard of this, but this dump truck, the semi dump truck, hit this Mini Cooper with a lady in it.
Oh.
Not hard enough to like kill her or destroy the car, but he hit her, and It's on the highway, and he literally dragged this car like half a kilometer, and he didn't even like really slow down. It's like he didn't even know she was on the front of it. It
You
was
probably couldn't see. You probably couldn't see. It was probably such a small car that it was in a blind
Oh,
spot.
yeah, right
She
here.
was on the front of the dump truck.
You'll see it here, yeah.
Oh my Lanta.
Just dragging him.
hit by a truck because I kind of
Whee!
Oh wow. It looks like the truck's trying to stop. No.
Make sure onto the Gardner.
It looked like he wasn't even loaded either. He was empty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no point skipping. It's only 30 seconds, I think. But
Yeah,
it
and she just. I think she's talking about the situation.
Oh.
So I just honestly like started to like hold my
Yeah.
hand on my horn and honk as loud as
Interesting.
yeah, there's a 30-second video on YouTube, Young. It just shows the.
Oh, let me see.
But yeah, it's just basically it just pushes the car for half a kilometer, and it's like doesn't really seem like he's trying to slow down at all. Really weird. So apparently he's under a bunch of charges.
Really? Shit.
Yeah. Well, I feel like your truck, like you get to know your vehicle pretty well. Wouldn't you be like, oh, my truck's really having a hard time making it up this
No.
hill or something?
Paul, that truck is filled with dirt usually, and it was empty. He's got enough power to push through a lot. I'll tell you that. He won't even notice that car. You could put a pickup truck beside him, and he'll pull it through.
Yeah.
That's how powerful those fuckers are.
He's
Well, I
like
know
They're
it's
geared right,
capable
and
of
they'll
it.
go.
I know it's capable of it, but it still seems
Yeah.
like a little.
Smells
No,
like-
you don't even notice something like
ridiculous.
that. That thing's just, you could, trust me, man, those things are different.
Yeah.
Like,
gives
you
me
could go
no
over a
faith in
curb,
humanity.
you'll go over a curb, and you won't even feel it. Your
Yeah.
tires just do this, because it's on air suspension. That's all it does. It goes like that, you don't even notice. You're like, oh,
But there's so much
Keep
smoke
going.
and burnt rubber.
Paul,
You
there
must
was a
have smelled
cruise
something.
truck up north, and like the tires are basically the size of like, oh, how do I even explain it? Like,
Like
a
a
one-story
house.
house,
Yeah,
each tire
yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
And it ran over a guy in a truck, like a big, like regular truck that you would drive, and didn't even feel it. Didn't even.
that's a
feel
haul truck, yeah.
Yeah.
A haul
Well, I
truck's not
get-
going to feel that.
Yeah, like I get the. It almost sounds like you're talking about like the mining equipment
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
vehicles, where the wheels are basically just dwarf, any normal vehicle or anything like that. But this is still a road legal vehicle, right? Like, I don't know. I think I would just chalk it up as a shitty driver, to be
Well,
honest. right?
and that's the
Like,
argument too, like, because you can see in the video, and the video's taken from pretty far away. You can hear the sounds. It's like, doesn't he hear the like the
Yeah.
squealing
And the
of this
smoke.
car? When
Yeah.
Well, and at some point, like, okay, when he's pushing her, yeah, she's under the grill and stuff like that. but
Blind spots, bro.
at some
He's got a
point-
big nose
at
on
some
that
point
fucking
he hit her.
Peterbilt.
At some point, he hit her. So at some point, she wasn't touching the car, and then he hit her, and then, she jackknifed, and then he was pushing her, right? So
Yeah.
I
don't
think
know,
there's a
unless-
little bit of difference in momentum. Yeah.
Oh, this one's 3
Yeah.
seconds.
No, that thing wouldn't stop. That thing's so heavy and so much power, guys.
But
He,
Mike, how much how high does he have to have his AC/DC playing for volume-wise not to hear that happen?
no, man. When you got your radiator fan on, those things pump a lot of air, and when they kick in, it's like, seriously. No, seriously, you guys laugh, but like, you're in there, and there's a lot going on, and they're loud trucks, man. They're loud
Maybe-
units. They're big, powerful,
So what
loud
you're saying
units.
is these guys are deaf by the third day on the job.
This is, and it depends also, like, what he's got for exhaust system. If he's straight stacked, so that's even louder.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that play. That was like the perfect car that fits right in his blind spot, like the smallest car. It was like having a Volkswagen Bug too.
So it's her fault then, you're saying?
No, I'm not saying it's her fault. I'm just saying that, like, somehow this chick ended up in his blind spot,
Yeah.
and like,
if it
you ain't
fits.
gonna notice. It sits, and it sat there for like half a mile, man.
Did they say he was under the influence or anything, Andy?
No, I think he just said he was listening to AC/DC really loud or something.
Highway to hell.
And I'm going down.
maybe I got another idea too. Maybe he was just trying to get fired.
I gotta get in front of this Mini
He's
Cooper.
just like, I hate my job. I hate my life.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of this.
Or he just really
What can I
hates
do?
Italian imports.
Maybe British imports.
Oh, is it? Oh, my
Yeah.
bad. Oh, it was in the Italian job. Sorry, that's why I got.
Yeah. Have you guys seen new Mini Coopers around though? Their taillights are Britain's flag.
Oh, really?
Pretty cool.
Cool.
Oh yeah, really cool. Like
Mm.
really good. Like I was like,
Expensive.
I don't know. I'd buy one just for the taillights. Like when they have just their night lights on,
yeah.
or it shows like a Britain flag.
Oh, nice.
Two sides of it.
But could a giant truck see it though? That's the real question. Apparently not.
Fact.
Yeah.
That's
If it
funny.
works, don't change it up. Don't change
Yeah.
up your lights.
Yeah. Oh man. Like it's so hard to say who's in the wrong. I'm just saying that that's a big truck, and I'm sure you felt a little something, but then he looks
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
He looks around, and it's right in his perfectly in a blind spot. He's just gonna keep driving until he heard,
I
oh,
think
what the
you
fuck?
need
There's
the
a horn.
beginning.
Yeah, to judge what's
You need
going
the
on. I'm just
beginning
saying.
of the video.
Yeah.
You
Well,
need
you
the beginning of the video so that you can see what happened when they
Yes.
careened into each other. If she cut him off, then it's possible, right? But if he just if she was in front of him and he just pulled up closer and closer and then jackknifed her and kept pushing her,
pushing-
then
yeah.
it's his fault, right?
Well,
Yeah,
you-
it's his fault. Yeah.
Maneuver.
You guys saw the
Yeah.
damage, eh? The picture of the damage, like it seemed like he just kind of slowly like it was like a low.
That's what it
impact.
seemed like, yeah.
It wasn't a
Yeah,
hard
low
crush.
impact. Yeah.
Yeah, like the door
Yeah,
was just
he's
kind of
lucky.
bent in. Yeah.
Your life would be
Yeah.
flashing before your eyes, like
Yeah.
for that half a kilometer. That'd be crazy.
Yo,
Well, yeah.
flashing before your eyes. I got a story for you guys. We were driving to Costco.
Yeah.
Back when it was still icy out, somewhat January. And there's a car in front of us. I think it was like a SUV. I was driving the van with everyone in it. Literally, this guy did a 360 on the Henday.
Oh, wow.
Missed a Ford F350 hauling a trailer.
Wow.
Did a full 360 and ended up going the right way on the Henday. We missed him.
Wow.
The Ford missed him, and they did a 360. Ended up on the opposite shoulder of the fast lane, and we were like, "Oh!"
Shit.
And they were still pointing forward. So all they really had to do was hit the gas and keep going on the shoulder to get back in. It was nuts, man.
Which they did. Did they keep going or did they stop?
No, they were probably so rattled, man.
Yeah,
They're probably so rattled.
Did you see
after
them?
that? Like
Did you
they
see the
didn't die
driver?
or anything. No one hit them. No
Yeah.
one hit them, and it was icy out, and it was just like it was a miracle. No one
The
hit
guy
him.
looked like
Crazy.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Fast and Furious is really going downhill.
Yeah, coming to Edmonton,
Did you see him, Mike?
Edmonton ice roads.
Did you see him or her when you drove by, or did you kind of slow down and like drive by?
They were right in front of us. They were the car in front of us, and they
Shit.
were the ones who just like spun out, and it was like,
That's crazy, man.
and like literally, I just off the gas, a minor brake because
Was
you
it
don't
a
want to hit.
car?
No, it was
Was it
an
a car or
SUV.
Wow.
An SUV.
Big SUV?
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it was like a Journey or something like that, a Dodge Journey or something.
It probably had all-wheel drive, eh?
I don't know, man, but they went for a nice ride that day.
Wow.
Because they came over into the shoulder of the fast lane, and then she overcorrected it, and you could just see, and then it was just a Simchenko, vroom, and I can't believe missed like another car right beside us that was like a little bit back. Oh my god, I was like, you guys are so lucky you didn't die, because you would have gotten creamed at people going like 100 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nobody's
Nuts.
stopping. Nobody's
Yeah.
stopping on that icy road too. Right?
Exactly.
They're just hitting you full bore.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Wow.
Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
Did you guys hear? You got another one, Young? Or you want me to do another one?
Mine just kind of we could kind of touch on it. So, Conor McGregor had his whiskey company, Proper 12, and I think it actually just sold. So he sold his Proper 12 whiskey to a Mexico kind of based company for $155 million USD.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
he's again set for life, man. Like.
Imagine that, just
No need to
starting your
fight.
own liquor company and then selling it. It's just like, what was that? 50 Cent started Smart Water or something like that.
Yeah.
What was that? No, Smart Water or no,
Smart
Vitamin
Water.
Water.
Vitamin
Yeah.
water, yeah.
Yeah.
So
sold
think
it.
about that. When your name's that big, you might as well just start 30 shell companies of whatever. Doesn't matter
Yep.
what the quality really is, and
Yeah.
sell them off. for like
Yeah,
billions,
man.
because people are buying for the name, right? They're
Yep.
not
Yeah.
rarely buying for the quality. So
Exactly.
I would, in my opinion.
I think Ryan Reynolds
Look-
did the same thing. He started a gin company, and I don't think he even drinks. I think he admitted that he doesn't drink, but he just started
Yeah, I
a
heard that
gin
too.
company, and then he sold it for millions of dollars too.
Well, look at the biggest example, Dr. Dre, when he sold Beats to Apple.
Oh yeah,
$1 billion, over $1 billion. First
Yeah.
a bill. I just saw a documentary. He was the first,
Yeah.
black billionaire or whatever.
yeah.
So,
Hmm.
That was a good documentary. The what's it called? With Jimmy Levine.
Dre Day, Payday.
The passionate ones, the something.
Some of the ones, yeah. Justin mentioned it to watch it.
Beats.
It's good. It's really
Beats
good.
by iTunes. Um,
Shrimp Tails.
Beats by
Just keep
Mac.
throwing names.
It's funny because they signed the deal, but they weren't supposed to say anything
Announce
until
it,
Apple
yeah.
released it.
Yeah.
And Dr. Dre's at a party with Tyrese and some other people, and they're all drunk and stuff. And Tyrese
Yeah.
is like, "Dr. Dre's the first black billionaire in the world, motherfucker." And he's like crip walking around. And God, that's so funny.
And just Dr. J's like, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
He's not just announce it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Well,
hilarious.
and then you heard, I think a couple weeks ago or maybe a month ago, and then Dr. Dre went through his divorce, and then he was hospitalized for his aneurysm or something like that. So
Oh, he
Yeah.
did go through a divorce. Oh, okay. They talked about it on the documentary too. Like him and his wife were super happy. So, she
Yeah.
wasn't really happy because he's so into his work. He's so distant and addicted to this album he's been working on for 20 years and just hasn't completed. So
yeah, man.
That's
Forgot
good,
about
too.
Dre, man.
Yeah. At what point when you have enough money in the bank, at what point do you stop working, man? Same as Conor McGregor. That's the thing. I was gonna say, you think he still fights?
Oh, I'm trying to stop working as soon as I can. I'm letting you guys know that.
Right?
No kidding.
that's the thing. What happens when your work is your passion? It's what you wake up and live for.
Yeah.
And you can't be really competitive anymore.
Yeah.
Or an athlete and stuff. It's that's crazy. I couldn't even imagine.
That's actually when we were talking earlier about Mike Tyson and his fights. That's what they were saying about him, is that he was super depressed. His health was going, and he had no reason to really do anything. And these exhibition fights that he was doing was basically the thing that was keeping him from just committing suicide, because he had nothing really to live for, right?
Wow.
It's his passion to go in the ring and fight. And yeah, even if you were to stop working tomorrow,
Yeah.
even if you had the money to travel or do whatever you want, at some point you would have to find something
Have a hobby.
that, yeah,
But
even if it was
fighting's
just a
crazy,
hobby,
man.
it would be
Yeah.
something that you would do on a regular basis
Yeah.
to
Cut
keep
my
yourself
lawn.
from going crazy, right?
It's true. I've met hundreds of guys in the trade, older guys that have retired and seriously come back because they're like,
They're
my
bored.
wife can't handle me home. I don't know what to do. I don't have hobbies. So they come back to these dirty sites, pick up the tools. It's not good for their health. And they're just and
They're
they're happy
happy.
there because they're so used to spending 40 plus hours a week talking with people. That's their social activity now. You spend so
Dang.
much of your life working. So
Well, that was kind of the excuse for Conor McGregor's last loss in his fight, because he kind of lost kind of bad. He didn't fight the best, and people were saying that he's so committed into his family, and he wasn't committed into the fighting as much as making money. And
yeah, he's committed to money. Let's not
kids.
even. And he said it from his first fight. He's he basically said, "I'm all about the money."
Yeah.
I don't. I guess his family and stuff too, but I think he's honest when he said that's what he wanted, and that's why he picked those big fights with cross promotion with boxing and everything. Is how can I get the most money in the shortest amount of time?
Yeah.
Super smart, but in the end, he doesn't love MMA like a lot of those guys do.
Nah.
You can tell, right? It's just about making money, I think. So.
Just
Dedication.
about opening up cans of whoop ass.
And he's smart though, because he knew how competitive MMA is. He wasn't going to be the best for 10 years. Even if he stuck with it, he probably wasn't going to keep the belt for 10 years or whatever. So it's get in, get huge, spread out, make
Yeah.
tons of money, and
Yeah.
I think it's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll ever win again. If he wants to fight, he's got to fight some really top contenders. So I don't think he could maybe he can. Maybe he can put his full dedication back into the sport. But it's tough when you're making all that money.
Yeah, I mean, look how many fights that Anderson Silva did after he broke his leg, which was pretty much around the time that his career kind of tanked off, right?
Yeah.
And they're just kind of exhibition fights, and they sold pay-per-views still because people still wanted to see a glimmer of that. But I think what Andy was saying is right though too, right? Like, he gets big, his name is really big, he's a huge draw. He capitalizes on it and does everything he can to rake in the money there, because a lot of those guys, it's not going to last. And the ones that stay in it for a long time, just like football and boxing and stuff, those are the guys that end up with severe traumatic brain injuries, and they're 45, 50 years old and they can't string together a sentence, right?
Yeah, they can only replace so many parts, like your knees and everything. Like, you're gonna have that arthritis. You want to be hobbled up with your grandkids. You want to have enough money to travel the world, but you got a walker when you're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
A walking stick, like.
Yeah, that's why this Tyson fight doesn't really make sense to me. Again, he's got lots of money. I know, like, he's passionate about fighting. Maybe coach, I don't know, like coach, but to get in the ring at that age and slug it out and maybe get a concussion, like, you're risking so much.
And not everyone knows how to branch out, I guess. Like, you got a guy like Arnie that went from working out to movies to governate or whatever. Some guys, not calling them all one-trick ponies, but some guys, it's what they do. That's all they know, and that's all they want to do, right? Like, I'm good at this. I was the best at this. Why can't I just keep doing it, right? Like, even if it's bad for them. But.
Were you going to say something, Mike? Like, you were going to say? Were you going to mention something? No. And
I was just going to talk some trash.
And let's say Conor McGregor does fight and he keeps losing, but he keeps fighting and losing. Don't you think that kind of takes down your stock in your investments? Like, no one's going to buy Proper 12 because you're now like a loser, right? You're losing all these matches and you're losing the respect.
Yeah, go out on a high point.
Yeah.
But at the same time too, like, you can really solidify your legacy as one of the best by doing better.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what his record is at, but say he's 15-0, and Habib Nurmagomedov, who just retired, he was 29-0, and he was the champion when he retired, right? And so they're both good fighters, but if one of them's record is way better, then looking back in history, you say, oh, this was the better fighter, right? So
yeah, but that's if you want to be the best in history, or does Conor McGregor go, I'm worth 100 times what Khabib is, and I only have half the wins he has. So it's like, who wins, right? At the end of the day, when you think.
But if he's one of those super prideful guys, which I think he is, and Habib can always say, I'm a better fighter than you, then he gets pissed off and he wants to fight again. Right?
Challenge him out.
And like, I honestly don't think McGregor has as big of a pride as he pretends he does, because when he went up a weight class to fight, what's his name? The brothers, Yoong?
Oh, Nate the Diaz,
when he fought Diaz, and then he went in that boxing match. Like, he wasn't going and staying in his comfort zone and knocking out wins like he probably could have.
Yeah.
He was chasing the fame and the money in areas where he knew he was going to lose.
Yeah.
Probably, So I think it was smart. It's like, you know what, I'm going to lose, but I'm probably going to take less damage against. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just. Yeah. Who knows what's happening in the guy's head? But.
He needs that hunger back, man. Like, I actually saw his Notorious documentary, and like literally 5 years ago, he was like he had so much debt, and he was living like this tiny shack with his girlfriend, and that's when he was dominant, because you're hungry, right? You want to be the best in the world. You're trying to make as much dollars as you can, and that's when he was the best fighter. But then as he kind of got more money and more fame, and then he was still the champ, and he still won some fights, but then you can see his fight in him kind of teeter down. So I think if he ever comes back and he wants to be a champ, like, he's gotta take it really serious or lose something. Like if he went through a divorce and lost his whole family and his wife took half his money, that would I think he'd be so hungry enough to try to make money again that he would commit really hard into the sport. So
Yeah,
I'd
who
enjoy
knows?
his fights. I'd enjoy his fights so much better if his if his personal life was a
It was
miserable.
horrible, right?
yeah.
Yeah. And I
I
think
take
Mike.
so much joy out of that.
Yeah.
If only his life was completely ruined for my entertainment. If only.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You don't see rich people become fighters, right? Like fighters come from like the gutters. I think Mike Tyson said that fighters come from the gutters. It's all about the hustle, right? And
Well, yeah, inspiration, like everything, innovation, everything that's ever been good has pretty much came from
Yeah.
a place of,
struggle.
yeah, struggle. So
Yeah. Totally.
that's why these silver spoon, born into money
Yeah.
people, they keep their powerful positions, but most of them can't connect with the normal person, and most of them, you look at a guy like Trump, right? People say, well, he's a businessman, but it seems like everything he's made is bad decisions and this and that. And you look at his track record, and you're like, maybe he doesn't know a lot. Maybe he doesn't really have any skills because he was just born into money. Like,
Yeah, he's raising the money. Yeah. Pressure makes diamonds, baby. Pressure makes diamonds. You got anything else, Andy?
Yeah, did you guys hear in Saskatchewan, they're selling a bunch of raffle tickets. I don't know if it's over now, but they put a Mustang out on the lake there.
Oh yeah.
An older Mustang in this kind of a swampy
no.
area there,
Oh no.
out on the ice.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're doing raffle to see when it's going to go through the ice, when it's going to sink
Oh
or whatever.
really?
I think I got a picture of it here.
That's crazy. Was it a nice Mustang? Oh man, what a waste of a nice Mustang.
All to win a raffle.
Yeah.
The raffle is if you win, you get the Mustang.
It's an
It's
older one.
under
Oh
water.
yeah, it's a rust bucket. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
But like such a smart idea in Saskatchewan, like just something to be excited about. I thought that was cool.
I thought you said the winner would get a Mustang, but then if it went through the ice or something.
You gotta fish it
Oh,
out.
Yeah.
On my day, on the day that I picked for the raffle, I'd be out there with rocks, throwing them at the car, trying to crack the fucking race,
Yeah.
Jumping on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
lobbing them up over.
Got a bunch of hair dryers.
Yeah.
Melt that shit.
Melting the ice.
Yeah.
Where's those
Magnifying
little hot-
glasses.
Yeah.
Those hot hands for when you're cold outside, just cracking them and throwing them over.
Yeah.
You're swimming underneath and like carving at the ice so people
Punching
can
the ice on the top.
looking at your ticket the whole time. Like,
I got 1
God,
hour
win.
to make this work.
Oh, God, I win.
you got an auger underneath, just ripping holes.
Oh god, that's hilarious.
Okay,
It's a good
I got
raffle.
another one. In Wisconsin, I guess someone had a crystal ball in their house, and the sun hit it and lit the house on fire,
Oh,
and over over $300,000 in damages here. Look at this.
A crystal ball? How does it light on fire?
It's like a
Parrot?
magnifying glass.
Oh, I see. Like it was in the sun. I see.
Yeah, there's a better picture here.
I see. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh my god.
They didn't see that coming, eh? In the future,
It's
or what?
just I was just gonna say it's just ripe. It's just ripe for parody, right?
Oh my goodness.
You didn't see
Yeah.
that one coming, did you?
Yeah, did you? I guess that's all fake, eh?
Yo, can you
Your
claim
crystal
insurance?
ball didn't tell that.
Can you claim insurance
Yeah,
on that
Mike-
shit?
No, they couldn't claim insurance because they knew that was going to happen.
Dang.
Ah.
Dang.
Yeah, 'cause
My
there's an
crystal ball.
investigation.
My crystal ball just shows a ball of fire. I don't understand. What's happening?
I don't know what it means.
You're walking through your house with your crystal ball, and like wherever the light's touching's like spontaneously combusting.
The crystal ball burns my retinas. I can't tell what's going
When
on.
I look into it.
I don't understand.
Yeah. Yo, speaking of Saskatchewan, just a random fun fact. Do you know Elon Musk lived in Saskatchewan for like a few years? He worked out in
No.
Oh,
Saskatchewan.
no.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Dang.
his mom's Canadian, and I think he was born in like South Africa or something like that. And then his mom came back to Canada, lived there for a bit, and then I think he lived in Saskatchewan for a few years and worked out on a ranch or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, interesting. Eh? Elon Musk.
It's weird.
It is because he lived in Africa for a while with his parents, I think.
Yep.
And that's where he went to university, I think. So.
Oh no, I think he went to university in Canada. Or maybe parts
did he?
of it.
Oh, was-
Yeah. He was quite a Canadian boy though. Yeah.
Or
I
maybe
think he
he
might
was
have
hearing
been
about where his
in-
parents were from.
I think he might have a house in BC or something like that. Because doesn't his girlfriend live in BC or his wife?
Oh, I don't know.
Grimes.
Yo, what's his son's name?
Oh,
Something
Does
weird,
he have a
right?
kid?
Yeah, he
He's
has a
got, like,
kid,
a
and it's
lot of
like
kids.
XO756.
Oh,
something.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. I
it
heard
says
about
something or something
It's
like
like a
that.
robot name, yeah.
beep boop.
Yeah.
Beep,
What?
boop.
There's something I don't know. I can't
No.
remember what his kid's name is.
Yeah, it was a bunch of weird like algorithm
Yeah.
characters. But in the interview with Joe Rogan, he said his son's name is Exy. It's pronounced Exy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
But he's got like
Exy.
5 kids. He's got 5 or 6 kids, eh? Like, it's crazy, man.
Oh, maybe he should lay off the Viagra or something.
Yeah.
See that?
He's living
Mike?
too long.
Yeah, Exy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's his
What's
name.
that A and E? Isn't that like?
I don't know.
It's some math symbol. I don't know. He does. There is a clip on the Joe Rogan podcast where he explains what each symbol means
Yeah.
and basically what the joke was, kind of thing.
Oh, so your kid's a joke.
Pretty much.
A billionaire
It's a
joke.
fun experiment.
But his other kids' names are like just regular, like Doug or you know, Ralph.
Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doug
that
must.
Name looks familiar. I think we've seen that DJ at Coachella.
Yeah, top DJ.
Doug the
Doug
Dark
Musk.
Musk.
Dark Musk.
I don't know. I was just
Doug?
shooting names.
Doug Musk.
Yes, Doug must.
Did you guys hear about the blockage in the Suez Canal?
Yeah, man, I saw that picture.
They did that Austin Powers, the meme of
Yeah.
him, trying to
Oh
get
my
stuck into
God.
that alleyway
That's crazy.
in Gold.
man.
Remember? Yeah.
And that's from
That's
space.
a satellite.
Yeah,
that's a
that's-
satellite issue from space. Like they can look
That's
into our
from space.
windows if they want.
That's
See
crazy.
us
Oh,
in
yeah.
our noses.
But
That's why I cranked down with the blinds open.
and you wave.
not just for the neighbors, for the astronauts too.
And the aliens.
But
yeah, and the
did you see all the
They know if
boats
they
that
want
were
to
backed
probe
up?
you,
Did you see all the picture of the boats that were all backed up? Yeah, man. And
That's a map of like.
and each hour or each day they're losing like millions of dollars just sitting in the bay. It's crazy, man. It's
Yeah, that's a
crazy.
marine
that
traffic
poor
map.
fucker.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
And Mike, there's a picture, and I don't have it here. Maybe Young can pull it up, but it's. But yeah, it's like this pretty big piece of equipment, like this big bobcat with a bucket on the front, and
Yeah.
it's beside this ship, and it's like
It's trying to dig it out.
a
Yeah.
thousandth of the size of the thing. It is like this.
It looks like a little toy, like crane. Yeah, trying to dig out this.
How did he
massive boat.
How did he get stuck? Did he just say, "Oh no, I don't want to go this way," or what?
I don't know.
Like that dude's fired, man. That whole ship, that whole
Yeah.
crew's fucking gone, man.
All
He
you had to
totally
do was
shipped
just-
the bed.
Did you
All you had to
did you
do was
guys
drive
see
straight.
the part of the story where before he went into the canal, he did like a serpentine pattern and he basically like cut you a dick?
Oh,
Did you see that?
Jesus.
I'm gonna try this out before I get in there. Let's try this out. Okay,
Yeah.
we're good to go.
I heard before he got on the boat, he was pushing a Mini Cooper with a semi truck. Oh,
See
geez.
that?
Oh my god.
He drew a dick. He drew a dick.
Some people were saying that
That's
it's,
He drew a Viagra pill and a small dick.
and some people were
He's
saying too
living
that
long.
it looks like he drew 2 butt cheeks with the dick in the middle.
Why though?
If you look at it,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Legend.
Yeah, why?
Legend.
I don't know. He was
Maybe-
just before he went into the canal.
He's getting dizzy.
Maybe because
He's getting
before
dizzy.
he fucked the canal, he was gonna draw what he was gonna do. I don't know.
It's like one of those games where you like
There's your-
you put your head down on the bat and then you got to spin really quick and then you got to run.
Yeah.
To the other side.
Yeah,
That's what he
just
was
doing
doing.
circle.
He was just standing there flirting with like the attendant and was not paying attention with the boat was doing for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Man, what a nightmare.
Yeah.
That's wild. And they still haven't got it unclogged or like haven't got it moved?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that was there since last Friday, and they said it's like going to be a week, over a week or something maybe to
because the water is too low. So he's basically it's a cargo ship, but he's like touching the bottom of the canal.
Wow.
And so they got to wait for the water to come up.
Rise.
They're trying to dig him out, but it sounds like it's the chances of him being able to get straight are probably pretty low because the water's still way too low.
And that's a big
And then
ass boat.
they said the only other thing they could do is they could try taking some of the cargo off of the boat.
Oh yeah.
So that he's lighter, so that he lifts up. But they said if they start taking cargo off the boat, there's a chance it would capsize the boat and make the problem even worse, right?
Oh wow.
And so
Crazy, man.
so yeah, they're pretty fucked.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Damn.
Crazy.
And you think about it, like, how many years have boats been going down this canal? And like the first time in what, like, I don't know, 50 years,
Yeah,
maybe
like-
100 years.
Like hundreds of years they've probably
Right?
been going down that
That's
canal.
Yeah, some asshole tries to do Tokyo Drift sideways.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you could keep her straight and kind of bounce off the walls
Right?
a bit. You know what I mean? Like, how hard do you have to turn that bitch, eh,
Yeah.
to get her cranked in like a 45-degree angle?
I think boats
Yeah.
have GPS to see like the elevation of the sea ground, like you
Everything
would
to
know,
see
yeah.
how you're floating, how your ballasts are full, and stuff like that. Like, you could do a lot
But, I
on
mean,
boats.
Yeah.
Once you get in there, like once you get into the canal, you're in the canal. You're not
You gotta
Yeah.
go through.
you're not
Yeah.
pulling a UE, right? So
No.
Yeah,
you're
man.
done. You're just going through. And
Yeah.
you've probably gone through a million times too.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
you know.
Crazy.
Maybe
Hard to
Buddy
blame
on
her.
the bottom throwing coal in the furnace there. On the left engine was going a bit faster than the guy on the right
On
side.
the right? Oh. I'll
The
show
guy,
you.
Yo,
the guy on
man.
the left engine took an extra fistful of Viagra before he came to work. And he's
That longevity.
Pelvic thrusting it in.
Yo,
Not even using a shovel, just backing it in.
Smashing the coal into dust first with his wings.
So it burns faster.
yo. Speaking of which, a Sweden company. Actually, that's funny that you mentioned the coal thing because I just saw this today. It came up on like my Facebook or something. But a Swedish company is making like electric powered boats, and they're slick, man. Let me see if I can pull it up. And they're quiet. You know how I don't know if you guys have you been on a boat, Paul? I think you've been on. They're pretty loud. Eh? Like their motors are pretty loud.
yeah. Speedboat, right?
Yeah.
Yep. You want that rumble, that's what you want.
I was on a canoe.
Yeah, that's-
That wasn't that loud.
That's the thing.
Stroke, that's all I heard.
Oh, fuck.
I was on a canoe. I didn't hear fucking anything. All right. Quiet as a whisper.
Oh man, I forgot the company name already. Shit. Let me see. If I
Oh,
can
you're
look
looking
it
for Young. I'll bring up something
Well-
else.
up. Yeah, you
here.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Paul.
I was just gonna say, no matter how good and how fast those electric cars get, electric boats, whatever it is, there's always gonna be some people who like that, especially in this generation right now. Maybe a couple generations away when there's only electric, but in this generation right now, there's always gonna be people who like that roar of the engine.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They want the loud noise. They want the vibration. They want everything. And so I'm sure the electric boat is pretty sick, but
Yeah. I agree with you, Paul,
Yeah.
man. Especially
They
like
want to
old
know
muscle
if their
cars.
boat
Oh.
blows up, there's going to be a pile of oil in the, in the water.
Actually, you know what? This video won't even do it justice because it just looks like a boat, but it's so quiet. They talk about like the battery life and everything, but
How do you charge it?
same, just a plug-in. It's like a waterproof, one of those quick charging
Do you
chargers
think?
So you're gonna run 100 amps out to your out to the sea?
out to the dock or something. I don't know.
you got to get a lot
Like-
of feet of extension cord, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta paddle your way back.
Water.
Yeah.
Well, you think if they made it a hybrid, they could like use the hydraulic or hydro, like
Oh,
to
yeah.
recharge the battery when the gas is going or whatever?
Yeah, I thought this was a solar panel, that the kind of rooftop. I thought that would have been a solar panel or something. That would have been smart,
There's your
but
canoe.
it's not.
Seems like a missed opportunity.
Yeah, or maybe it's like a stage 2. But yeah, you know what? It just looks like a standard boat, but it's like super quiet. And it's modular, so you can change out everything.
And it probably costs 10 times more.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably really expensive. Yeah.
than
It's
it
made
could
in Sweden.
Speed.
The power of
Swedes.
silence. Is this a political commercial? Tell me to shut my mouth.
It looks cool. I like the look of it, man. It looks really sleek. But you're right, Paul. Like, yeah, like muscle cars or hearing like a V8 engine. Yeah, man. Turbos sounds.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the electric cars are emulating. Like, so when you step on the, it's not even a gas. They don't call it a gas pedal anymore.
Yeah.
It's like a go pedal, I guess they would say.
An accelerator
they
pedal.
Yeah. And
They have electronic noises that they program in so that it's basically just a fake noise it plays for your brain. So
Exactly.
So that your car will sound like it's making an engine noise.
Feels like you're
even
going
though
fast.
it doesn't need it, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I like. That's what I like for me being a smooth brain. That's what I like.
Yeah.
As smooth as that stubble on your face.
Yeah.
Smooth brain. I like that.
I got a moral question for you guys here. So there was a guy in Florida Keys, and he was snorkeling. He found a sealed brick of cocaine worth over $1 million.
Oh wow! What do you do with
Must
it?
have fell off a boat or whatever. Well, that's the thing. He called the police and handed it in.
Yeah. And that's it.
That's how.
Wow. That's how you got the news.
That's it. So that's the moral question. What do you do?
You know
We
what?
can start
First
with
of all-
money. We'll start with money.
Well, I wouldn't.
Because-
First of all, I wouldn't know how much it was worth.
Yeah.
There you go.
I wouldn't know the difference between $1,000 brick of cocaine and $1 million brick of cocaine. And
True.
I think if the brick's bigger than your head, you're probably like, this is probably worth a little more than $1,000.
if I,
How do you know
if I
it's
can't lift
cocaine
it
and
off
not
the ocean,
flour?
Yeah. Or like
Do
some
what they
kind
do
of
in the
weird
movies,
drug.
Mike. You rub it.
Yeah,
in
what the
your
fuck
gut.
does that do? Have you ever taken flour and done that? I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to feel. Like, it could be flour, and it could just be
Yeah.
fucking flour.
Yeah.
And then I rip some dude off, some cartel, and I get blown up. I'm turning it in.
Turn it in.
Yeah, and I was going to
Maybe-
say the other thing is then you have to know the proper
Exactly.
channels to actually sell it, and that's really the big hurdle. Is
Yeah.
you could say, oh, I keep it and I sell it, but then you got to find somebody
Who's gonna buy that?
A corrupt drug
Yeah.
dealer that's probably gonna shoot you in the face.
Yeah.
Or-
You're gonna go there, you're gonna give him your fucking big stash of coke, and then he's just gonna shoot you. You're gonna be like, well, this is stupid.
And then he has the coke and the money,
Yeah.
obviously.
Or you keep it and you just become the party guy for the rest of your life.
You
Yeah, I
throw
don't know,
the best rager ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Charlie Sheen at your house. You got
man.
Who else? Who else? What's that guy?
Andy Dick.
Yeah.
You got Carrot Top. You
Yeah.
got all the.
What's that guy? David. He was on Baywatch. He was on Knight Rider.
Hasselhoff?
Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff.
Why does
yeah.
he do a lot of coke? I didn't know that.
No, I don't know. I thought he was on the ground wanting hamburgers at
Looks
one
like he
point.
does.
Hey, if you put a free brick in front of him, he wouldn't probably say no.
Yo, now let's go
Now-
into conspiracy here. Now, as
Now,
the
if you said it was like a free burger, yeah, I'd probably just eat the burger.
and then get shot in the head.
Is the burger made out of cocaine?
Okay, go ahead, Young. What was that?
Yo, so going back to your gold, I wanted to say this during that when the TSA or the cops or whoever took the gold or the cocaine, like what do they do with that shit after? What do the cops do? What do you think the cops do? Let's hear some
Burn. If it's drugs, they burn it.
Ooh, you think so?
They do, yeah. They're supposed
Yeah.
to.
They're supposed
Everything's identified, Young. Everything's tracked there. I'm sure there's
They
like
burn it.
maybe a couple corrupt ones that like you could probably get away with it, but it's gonna be like
burn it.
Exhibit A, 119, or whatever like that, and it's weighed. And I'm sure before they go to burn it, they weigh it, unless the guy that's burning it takes some.
Well, yeah. How much of that do the police station do you think they're getting extra from the government for their like police
to. Yeah.
Christmas party that
Funding,
year?
right? Yeah.
Probably nothing. The police know who the sellers are and the buyers are. They're gonna grab a bag of
Here it
that
is.
and be like, "Christmas party's big this year, boys."
A lot more
Yeah.
snow this
Everybody gets an
Christmas.
ounce of gold in their stocking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
or do you think they take the drugs and they have like private investigators pretending they're drug dealers, and then you know what I mean? They use that to get the bigger gang members and shit. Or you
Yeah,
think they just burn
probably.
that shit? You think they just burn it? I feel like it's
No,
so
they could
much.
do that too. I think they could do that too. They're using it,
Yeah.
right? I don't know. That's tough. But then
So another
that goes
question
back-
is, oh, sorry, like, so you're not going to obviously take the cocaine and try to sell it or party with it or whatever, but are you paranoid enough to even, like, give it to the cops? Or you just leave it?
Oh, I'm not even
because-
touching it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Do you
leave
want
it.
your name to be out there? Do you want this, like, cartel person to know who found it and
Yeah.
handed it to the police? Or
Yeah, who's the
any
rat?
connection at all?
Exactly.
No.
Man. Yeah, because even if you
I'm
turn
going
it
to-
in, I'm sure the cops will take a picture of your face. There's
Oh, yeah.
cameras everywhere. Yeah. And let's say there is a couple corrupt cops, right? And then now they know who you are. Yeah, don't even touch it.
Gotta
Yeah.
make an example out of you. They just, like, put a poster board of your face in the front of the police
Yeah.
station.
Yeah.
Want it, dead or alive.
Now, what about in Dubai? What do they do with all that 200K of gold, man?
They
I
turn
don't
it into
know.
bullets. They melt it into bullets and
Oh,
shoot.
man. I'm sure there's some
guys.
corrupt. I'm sure there's some
Most
corrupt
expensive bullets in the world.
shit.
I think in a lot of those places, there's probably just a big room that's full of seized paraphernalia.
Oh man,
You
like
know,
millions
like
and
a lot
millions
of
of
stuff,
dollars.
I think they just file it away. I think a lot of stuff gets filed away. Maybe not everything, but yeah, I don't know. Or like in the case of gold, if it's confiscated, once it's all documented, maybe they just give it back to the mint, and then the mint puts it back into circulation somehow, right? Like I don't know.
All these cops have, like, gold teeth.
Grill.
Later.
Brand new
Yeah.
grill.
The literal golden gun, all of a sudden.
Yeah. So soft and malleable, it shoots around corners.
Yeah, those
Every
big,
time they shoot it, it just melts.
yeah, those big like drug stings where they like confiscate like millions of dollars of money. Does that just go back into like the police fund or like the government?
Yeah,
Probably
I
the
honestly think
government,
it gets. Yeah, I think it gets like stored
gets
away.
cycles
man.
back.
I think they take it off the street and they either probably destroy it, or it just gets like filed into a room. Sure, they probably use some of it for like undercover work,
Yeah.
like you're saying, but I think for the most part, there's probably a room somewhere at every local, like every city. I'm sure Edmonton probably has a room somewhere that's full of fucking all those seized drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, I was at Shambhala, and Kyle can vouch for this, and we saw them pull over a car and pull out 4 clear pillowcase size of weed.
Wow.
Like, they were
Wow.
huge, and they put it on top of the person's car, and they like busted this person. So my
Jeez.
question is, if you're at the station, they're burning all this marijuana. Are you going to be in that room that's getting hotboxed with all the other? Like, is that a party there? Are you
I'm
on
sure-
top of the roof?
Yeah.
Do you climb on top of the roof?
Yeah.
Hot box.
Taking a hit off the exhaust pipe.
Hotboxing the police station.
But good
got
luck
Snoop
climbing on
Dogg.
top of the police building.
Yeah, it's in the hot exhaust tube that's burning like very hot. Yeah, trying to touch it with your lips to get a hit.
And now you're high and passed out on the roof.
Getting all
this could be
sunburnt.
A great start for a movie. You get Snoop Dogg, Dave Chappelle.
Oh. Yeah, instead of robbing banks, they're robbing police stations. That'd be dead. Dead.
You can't rob smells.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Robin smells.
9:30. We're an hour and a half in. You want to do one more, Nandy?
Well, I was gonna ask one more question. Be careful what you
Let's
say
do it.
here, too, guys, because
Let's do it.
if you ever want to be a police officer one day. But yeah, what if that was a brick of money that you found? And it's still evidence. It's still
I'd keep it.
technically under law the same thing.
Yeah, it depends how much you find. You find $1 million and then you take it to the bank or to the police officer and you're like, I found $500,000
Yeah.
down under the ocean, right?
Yeah.
Are you still a good Samaritan or what? I don't know.
50-50. You're a half
Depends.
angel.
Depends how
You know-
much debt I'm in.
You guys also know that bills are marked, right?
Yeah. They're all coded and shit.
They're serial numbered and everything, so
But
I'm sure they know these bills haven't been in circulation for a while.
you
so.
go to casino,
No,
bro.
No, I don't think so.
You go to
I
casino.
think you got to go to the corner store and
Yeah.
buy a pack of gum for with $100 bill, and then you get $98 of good money.
You do it 100
You
times.
just do that. You just do that 10,000
At the casino.
times.
Go to
That
casino,
at
yeah.
10,000 corner stores, and then then pretty soon you're scot free.
Yeah. You got so much gum. Your jaw's so sore. You're ready for jail.
Yeah.
You got enough gum to trade around in jail to get yourself a cell phone.
Yeah, you better go buy a bunch of smokes with that money because you're going to jail.
You going to
You
jail, man.
better get him ready in your keister. Fuck.
Better buy some soap on a rope.
Yeah.
You can clean it though. I'm sure you can clean that money though.
I think it kind of depends how it was wrapped though too, right? Like if it was like wrapped like a brick, you couldn't really crack into it and like take one out because then it would look like it was cracked into
Yeah.
and tampered with. So in that case, I think you'd probably just give it all. But if it was like a backpack full of bills,
Yeah.
Where it was loose, yeah.
you take like $100 or something at least.
Well, the
Feel
thing
like
is, Paul, you
I
can't open
deserve
up a,
this.
you can't open up a, you don't get a brick and you don't take it into the cops unless you know what's in it, right? Let's say it's like, so it's you got to open it up.
I thought there was something that, I thought if you took something to the cops that you found and no one claims it, I thought they offer it back to you.
Oh really?
That is true.
Is it?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
really?
take
No, not if
my
it's
$1 million. I'll take my $1 million to the cops. No one's the cartels aren't going to claim it. Are they going to give it back to me? I don't know.
Is that true though, or are you guys
I
bullshit?
think that's true. In
I
some
think that is
countries.
true. No, I think that's even true in Canada. I think that's like
What's the timeline? Like 30 days or a week?
no, I don't know. It's probably got to be like a long time, maybe a year or something. But
Wow.
still,
Yeah.
So what if that's
They're not
supposed to
gonna-
be true?
They're
I
not
don't
going
know,
to do
then-
that with suspected drug money though. Like if
You don't
something
know.
looks insanely suspicious, they're not going to give it back to you.
Yeah.
I
don't think
found
that's-
this.
You don't think that's Granny's? What is it,
Nana's
million?
Nana's
Yeah.
bread money for making all those soft buns.
She's been keeping in the cookie jars.
Yeah.
If I take a brick of cocaine into the police and nobody claims it within the first 30 days, then I think that brick
I'm-
goes
You get it
yeah.
back.
But by the time you get it back, it's in a little Ziploc bag.
All the cops are high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just got white powder all over their face. We just say it's
What
a
they
mini
say.
donut.
They're all high. and
Yeah.
If
skinny.
you love something, let it go. If it comes back to you, it was yours all along. Right?
That's what they go by. That's what the cop's slogan is, right? When you walk
Yeah.
into the cop shop, right on the top.
Yeah.
Not to serve and protect. If you let it go and it comes back to you, it's yours.
You keep it.
Yeah.
Now, I tell you what I'm gonna do. If I get a hold of that brick, if that was me, I'm dragging that right into the lawyer's office, and I'm like,
Oh.
dude, I'm gonna be sweating, and like, I'm gonna be like, what can we do? What are our options here? That lawyer's gonna become my best friend.
Get
for
a
the next-
lawyer. Ooh, that's a good
little
option
while.
too, man.
No, man, because no one's gonna touch that. You're both gonna get shot. They'd probably be like, "Get out of here, get."
At least let you know what your options are. If that
You
is
got no options. I'm telling
Yeah,
you, you
yeah.
ain't got no options, bro.
As soon as you
You're
show
dead
me
man
that-
walking.
As
Yeah,
soon
you
as
gotta.
show- Anyone that sees you.
He'd probably shoot you. The lawyer would. He would ask you. He'd be like, "Have you told anyone?" You'd be like, "No, man. You're the first guy." He'd be like, "Okay, good. Pop.
Yeah.
You're dead."
He's like, Andy, where'd you find this? Turn around really quick.
He's
Yeah.
like, you come in his office, he's like polishing his gun collection.
Yeah.
Just the worst lawyer choice ever.
Yeah.
Greasiest lawyer, yeah. Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh, actually, you know what?
That's great.
I want to talk on this topic. Maybe this could be this last topic, but the ref. You guys heard the ref that got fired for?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, that he was planning or he was going to give Nashville a penalty, but didn't, and then that was caught on a microphone. And he got fired. Well, here's
Yeah,
the thing.
now he's gone.
I heard he was going to retire in April anyway, so it wasn't too big of a deal on his end. But
I don't know. They all make calls like
yeah,
I don't know. I watch a lot of sports, and you'll be like, "Oh, that wasn't a that was a that wasn't a call, right? Like that wasn't a proper call." And you'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna get one back here in the next period or so."
Exactly.
It all happens. The fact that he got caught
saying it.
saying what we think,
Yeah,
I don't know if he
Yeah.
should have been fired.
I liked him too. I
Right.
liked him. He was a good ref. I really liked him.
There was a lot of
think-
people who said that he wouldn't have gotten fired unless he was caught on tape like he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And I read something too where they were saying that it was just like a different referee, and he was saying sometimes you have to call like a minor penalty or something like that at the beginning of the game to kind of set a precedent for the game
Yep.
and control the players, and especially he said if they're like a classically rival team, or if there's some players that don't like each other, because then it kind of sets the tempo for the game to not
Yeah.
get completely out of hand.
Exactly.
And so, I mean, whatever, if that was the case or not, you can't really say. But yeah, like Mike said, I mean, he's just saying what we were all thinking anyways, or he's
Yeah.
just vocalizing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's these people do this so many years. Like you have the police and they have their mics on their body equipment and stuff, and they're just so used to doing things how they've been doing things that it's like they just do it second nature and they don't even
Not
realize
monitored, yeah.
that they're
Yeah.
same with us, right? We're on camera now. We're always being mic'd pretty much, like, you know,
Yeah.
and it's just I don't know. You just
You
become
can't even find a brick of cocaine in the ocean without someone criticizing him.
Yeah. Elliot Friedman mentioned this on his on the news that the actually one of the main reasons, or maybe the main reason, why the NHL had to let him go is because sports betting is going to be public or in Canada. Yeah. So
Oh yeah.
for the NHL to let the refs kind of dictate if a team wins or loses or if a goal goes in or not,
Yeah.
they can't have that. So they had to kind of set this as, like you said, like as a example to refs that sports gambling is going to be legal in Canada, and NHL is clean and straight. There's no kind of here and
Yeah,
there.
you gotta leave the dirty reffing to soccer, to FIFA, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit, that
How
shit's
many
crazy.
years
Yeah,
of FIFA? World Cup.
like what
The
they're
World
known
Cup is
for,
so
man.
corrupt.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
even
It's-
football,
it's all
NFL,
corrupt,
people
right?
complain about NFL, Super Bowl. Like, there's always like these calls that aren't made and they should be made, and it turns over a game. Like, it's crazy.
the dark side of
It's
these
tough.
sports. Name one sport that doesn't have like,
Yeah,
you know, that not just margin of error, but margin of
yeah,
where a judge in MMA or
yeah.
you know,
Judges.
a refs can change the game, right, Mike? Doesn't matter how good of a team you are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
NHL, they're close enough. Doesn't matter if that team should win that night on paper.
Yeah.
Refs could kill it, right? Could kill
Oh,
that
yeah,
game.
for sure.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or you blow down an offside and it wasn't offside, right? Like there's even the linesman, right? You stop the rush, well, you stop McDavid or whoever it is. You stop Johnny Gaudreau or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's tons of if they're corrupt, yeah, it's gonna be a
Yeah,
shitty outcome for sure.
You think about it, 3 periods, only so many opportunities, only so many shots on net.
Mhm.
You stop a couple of those, that's a huge percentage. You're
Yeah.
Taken out of the game, yeah.
Yeah. Or give the other team a lot of power plays or something like that.
Yeah,
tilt
exactly. It could
Yeah.
be anything, right?
Exactly. It's crazy.
Or do you think like some sports just have this like CEO, this boss on top who's just like this major asshole boss? He just loves to fire people. Like the guy for the NHL is like, Don Cherry, yeah, get him out of here. You're fired. This
Yeah.
ref is like these old guys. He's just trying to
Oh,
toss
yeah.
them out the door. left and
Political
right.
moves for sure. Oh yeah. It's all about optics, and there's agendas, and they gotta
Or yeah, scapegoat, like you're saying, like, you know, these older guys, they're ready to retire. They're acting like they're taking affirmative action, but it's just a way to appease people temporarily. Like,
Yeah.
look what we did.
Well, you know, in retail, sometimes if somebody's making too much money, they'll find a way to let that person go so that they can hire a brand new person at minimum wage. Maybe the same thing happens in the sports, right? They're just like, oh, this ref's at the top of the pay scale.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's just any reason to cut him loose, and we'll just bring in a new guy and save ourselves some money, right?
Yeah.
Well, exactly. What about his severance pay? Like, how many
Yeah.
years has he been in rapping, right? So now he's been with the NHL. So
pension.
now they don't have to pay him severance pay. He's still got his pension, but like, I think it's at least where I work, I think it's 2 weeks for every year you've worked there. So
wow.
to get let go, right? So
Makes a lot.
15
it's
years
big
for
deal.
the ref, right? He should be getting quite a bit of chunk of change coming his way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like half a year's pay. That's crazy.
Yeah, to just get fired, then you don't get it.
That's why I like watching
Yeah.
wrestling, because wrestling is the sport where everything is out in
Yeah.
the open, right?
Yeah.
Like all the business, everything. And you see a guy like Ultimate Warrior, he was that guy, right? He was the biggest moneymaker in the business. He didn't come out for WrestleMania when he was supposed to. He told like Vince, he's like, yeah, unless you give me an extra $1 million, and this is way back in the day, I'm not going out tonight.
Yeah.
So they had to pay him because he's the main event and stuff. So yeah, you get people like that and
Crazy, man.
playing the political game there. It's crazy.
Yeah, greasy. All right, should we wrap it up there, or do you want to do another one, or we're at 9:45 almost?
I got something to talk to you guys maybe about after the podcast here. I don't know if it's really podcast worthy, but
Sure. Yeah, man, we could end it, or it's not podcast.
And record. No, we're alive.
yeah, you better tell me if it's actually.
All right, I'll end it.
Listen.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe, follow,
Yeah.
and we'll see you guys next week. Take care.